Hi YouTubers, this is Veda Day 24, but I'm going to record Veda Day 22 because I missed a couple days. Thursday, which would have been day 22, day before yesterday, we were just getting ready to put our grandson to bed so that I would have my evening and, I would do my vlogging like I always do. But I got a call from my daughter, his mother, and she needed to go to the ER. On Wednesday, we went to the clinic with her. The situation or the problem she had still wasn't resolved. We went to the ER. She ended up needing a bunch of tests and stuff. So we went there about 9 o'clock, and we were there until 4:30 in the morning, and then they released her. And then I was in bed by the time we drove her all the way home and came back. I was in bed by 5:30. Of course, I got up at 8:45. I slept till the very last minute so that I could start work on Friday. I don't know about you, but I do not do well with all-nighters anymore or with not enough sleep. And it affects me for several days afterwards, so I need recovery time. So anyway, I didn't get my vlogging done Thursday night for obvious reasons. Friday, as soon as, I worked all day, obviously. We did dinner. My daughter came over and spent the day here on the bed in the guest room, and spent the day with her son as she was recovering. One of the things she had to have was a spinal tap, and the next day for 24 hours she had to kind of lay flat on her, not do anything. She couldn't go to work. She couldn't do much, so she just had to rest for the next 24 hours. So she did, and she stayed here with us. And then, which her son, my grandson, loved having mommy here all day. Then after we ate dinner and she left, and we went out to the Custard Cup for ice cream, frozen custard, which is a local excellent ice cream place here, but it's just a few blocks from us, sort of. Anyway, and then I came home. Oh, we had to run to Walmart briefly. I waited in the car. My husband ran in. And I came home and went straight to bed. My husband got our grandson to bed. I went to bed very, very early last night. So I didn't get to, because I was still thoroughly exhausted from the night before and early morning hours. So I went to bed last night real early. Didn't vlog again. Today I was up at 6:30 because we had plans, but I will get to that, and I will do a separate vlog entry for that. I am going to right now just do Veda Day 22 and Veda Day 23, and I'm going to do it as one vlog entry because I want to get it all done. It's already 11 o'clock, and I'm really ready for bed. So Veda Day 22, SSS Veda Day 22 was about tooth fairy memories, and I don't remember anything about my own teeth when I lost them, but I remember when my little girl, my daughter, was in first grade, and she was out on the playground, and she had two loose teeth right in front. And a little bully named Matthew socked her in the face, and both teeth fell out on the playground, and she could only find one of them. And she came home from school that day sobbing and bereft because she couldn't leave both teeth under the pillow for the tooth fairy. So we sat down that night and we wrote a letter to the tooth fairy. She told me what to write, and I wrote a letter to the tooth fairy for her, explaining exactly what had happened and approximately where on the playground the tooth fairy would be able to find her other tooth, I think it was near the bottom of the slide or something. So we wrote that out and left it under her pillow with the tooth that she did have. Well, sure enough, the next day she had $2 coins with a note back from the tooth fairy, which I read to her, that said that the tooth fairy had gone and found her other tooth, thanking her for her nice note and letting her know that, he or she, in my case she obviously, appreciated, the good directions on finding her other tooth. So that's my Tooth Fairy story for Veda SSS Veda Day 22. As I recall, the rest of her tooth losses were uneventful. Veda Day 23, which would be yesterday, talked about Friday nights. My husband and I had a long-standing tradition. In the last couple months, it has been spotty at best. But every Friday night, because we live at a touristy lake place here in Michigan, we live at the largest inland lake in the state, and there are fish places everywhere, and everybody has all-you-can-eat fish dinners, or not even all-you-can-eat, but just fish dinners. So on Friday nights, we always go out for our fish dinner, and one place or another. The one place that we went for a long time in the summer, it's real crowded, so we haven't gone there as much because we don't like waiting in line for half an hour. Then we started going to a seafood buffet in Merritt, which is about 10 miles, I guess, west of us, west of Houghton Lake. And that was delicious, and it was wonderful. But I think we were starting to get a little bored with it anyway, but the last time we went, my grandson simply ordered a grilled cheese sandwich, and we waited a half an hour for a freaking grilled cheese sandwich. My husband and I were starving, so we went ahead and ate at the buffet, and I let him munch off of my plate. I got some fried clams, and I let him munch. And by the time his sandwich came, we were done. He didn't want a sandwich anymore, and it was a waste. We paid for a sandwich we ended up bringing home, and he never ate, and it ended up in the trash. I mean, that was just, and when we mentioned it to them, there was no apology given. There was no, well, you don't have to pay for the sandwich, or here's a gift certificate. I mean, nothing, not even oh, we're so sorry. And when I told the waitress, I said, it's been 20 minutes or whatever it had been at that point. Where's his grilled cheese sandwich? Or my husband. One of us did. I don't remember which. She was just like, well, there's a lot of people ahead of you. Dinner's ahead of you. It's a grilled cheese sandwich. I can make one in 30 seconds. Anyway, so we're kind of sour on that place that we had been going to every Friday night for probably a year. So we won't be going back there for a while. So the last 2 weeks we went to G's Pizza, which is not a fish place. And what do you know, we didn't mind not having fish. But now that summer's winding down, we'll probably go back to our original place again, which is Garrett's. And they will, after Labor Day, there won't be so many tourists up here. We'll be able to get in on Friday nights again. That's probably what we'll do, but who knows. The other thing we always did on Friday nights, we'd go out for our fish dinner, and then we would come back, and we would listen to Living the RV Dream podcast. And that's something else we've gotten away from, not because we don't want to, but because previously I had told my daughter that our Friday nights were our date nights. And she, always respected that. But then there was, she had to work this Friday night, and then another Friday, another Friday. Now she's worked, I don't know, a couple months worth of Friday nights in a row. So our date night is kind of lost, and it's kind of frustrating. But of course, our grandson is more important, So he is now here pretty much more or less from Wednesday afternoon until Sunday night now for the last couple months. So it doesn't leave much time for any kind of date night, actually. So we don't come home and listen to the Living the RV Dream podcast anymore with John and Kathy Hutchins, and Google it. It is wonderful. They are great people, and it's a wonderful podcast. But anyway, we just, because now our lives are more, about him than about us. So we are not complaining. She's planning on moving about an hour away at some point soon this fall, and we won't see him nearly as much, and that is heartbreaking to us, because he has been since before he was born, and she had to move back home. He has had his room here. They lived here till he was almost 2. The month before he turned 2, or just a couple weeks before he turned 2, she got her own place. But even so, he's been here most of the time ever since, as we babysit. So it is it's going to be a huge change for us, a heartbreaking change. And anyway, so I'm not complaining about him being here anyway. But our Friday nights have changed. So that takes care of both Veda Day 22 and Veda Day 23 for SSS Veda. I will post Veda Day 24, which is today being Saturday, once again, vlogging out of your comfort zone. I was out of my comfort zone to a degree today, but it was a blast. And I will I'll get to that. I have some editing to do, so on the video I took out there today, and then I'll try and get that up yet tonight, but it may be tomorrow because it's already after 11. Maybe it'll be tomorrow, and I'll get caught up. So this will be it, I guess, for tonight. Veda Day 22 and Veda Day 23 on 24. So have a blessed weekend. Tomorrow is church, which is always a great day. Be sure to pray for your pastor as he delivers his message tomorrow at your church. And you know that his message will be clear and God will use him and hearts will be changed. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, night night.